All right, Shalom.
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 All right, we are the Great Millstone Borderland Saints out of El Paso, Texas. All right, back for another video. Little sit down at the park on this beautiful day. All right, and as always, before we get started, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. All right, so today we're gonna do a reaction to this video, okay, off YouTube. This guy, he's not a Hebrew Israelite anymore, according to himself. But you can't change your nationality. All right, being a Hebrew Israelite is not a religion, so to speak. It is a nationality, a heritage. Okay, but we're gonna listen to the reasons why he says that he's not a so-called Hebrew Israelite anymore. Okay, so bear with me. Let me get that pulled up on the screen, and then we'll get straight to the video. All right. Okay, Slaki. Should have had it ready. Okay, boom. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
You know what, man? I can't. It's like I'm wasting my time. I'm literally wasting my time. And it's like the more I identify as an Israelite, it seems as though the more people categorize me to the point where it's like I'm unable to even excel, because once you claim you're an Israelite, some people just don't even want to deal with you just because. And sometimes I'm wondering why this is not working or why that's not working. It's because you're identifying as something that actually looks very hateful in the community, right? And I never really thought of that. I never really thought of how that impacts me as a man. That just by...
He said that, so he said that that if something seems very hateful, all right, in the community, all right, if a brother could give me Matthew 10 and 25. Okay, we'll go ahead and start off there, all right. That's one thing. A lot of y'all think that this is some kind of a fad, or that this is something that you do for fashion, to look cool. Okay, the Lord didn't say that you would be hated by all men for his name's sake. He didn't say that for no reason. Okay, there's a reason why the Lord said that, man. All right, and it's not because you're going around telling everybody that you love them and blowing sunshine up their backsides, man. Okay, he said that because this word is offensive. All right, and that's all that happened, man. This guy, if one of you brothers get Matthew 10 and 25, and another brother get Matthew 11 and 6, okay, go ahead and read Matthew 10 and 25, Brother Shaw.
Matthew 10 and 25. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
All right, so Beelzebub, like the Lord of the Flies, okay, the king of demons, okay, they called Yahushai that. So how much more are they going to say that about his men, about his servants? Okay, so this guy, he just couldn't take the heat. And you can look at this dude and tell he was never in the truth in the first place. Okay, the guy is effeminate. All right, just by looking at him, you can see that the guy is effeminate, man. Okay, the long hair going down his back. All right, Shiva Jadas, that's a heathen custom. Okay, the Lord ain't no men of the Lord had no long hair or no dreads back then. Okay, so once again, it comes to the territory though. All right, people are gonna hate you because the things you say are offensive. The prophets, we always say this, they never prophesied of peace and love and sunshine and rainbows and prosperity for the kingdoms that they were in captivity under. Okay, so this guy, he just got offended. He couldn't take the heat. If brother could, give me Matthew 11 and 6 and then get your precept up.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
Okay.
Say Matthew 11 and 6 says, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
Right, that's plain. That don't need no breaking down. All right, blessed is the one who's not offended in Yahushai, not offended with the walk. All right, what you have to go through to be a part of this truth. Okay, all right. You said you got a precept up?
Yeah, just expound on your point about how he couldn't take the heat. A lot of these jakes can't take the heat, man. All right, you know, because a lot of Israelite men and women that make these "Why I'm No Longer an Israelite" video. Why? Because they were never considered the Israelites. They were never preordained through, to be the Israelites of God, as it says in Galatians 6:16. This is why they're faithless. Right. So this is Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 10. It says, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." Okay, so just expounding what he was saying about how he couldn't. This bug out Ringo from Ringo TV couldn't take the heat. Why? Because he was nothing but he was nothing but a YouTube Israelite, a social media Israelite. Going to what the brother was going into, a lot of these jakes think that being associated with this Hebrew Israelite ministry, okay, is a fad. It's another way, okay, to appear relevant or significant. That's why a lot of them use this Hebrew Israelite ministry as a marketing ploy for other, for carnal aspirations, man. Okay, as a stepping stone for other opportunities. Okay, all right, and this is why when the Lord tests them, okay, through trials and tribulations, okay, they fold, okay, because they were never, they were never preordained to be of the elect. Case in point. All right, why? Because they never had that peace in their hearts, okay, of their faith in Yahushua. Okay, because Yahushua warned us of the trials and tribulations we would endure. He said, "That's right. We are not above him." He said, "The servant is not above his Lord, not above his master." Man, they've kept my sayings and keep yours also. If they persecuted me, they'll persecute you also, man. Okay, so this is written, man, and we were warned about this fire, these trials and tribulations, man. Okay. Yep. We've got another quick precept on that.
Okay, and then we'll continue on the video.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. All right, and it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble." This guy Ringo from Ringo TV on YouTube is a perfect example of making haste in a time of trouble. Okay, all right, fleeing like an effeminate man, a faithless man that is, or a woman or a child in the face of a danger, even in a minute level in terms of persecution from your peers, from the public.
Read on down to 5 with that.
This is Sirach 2 and 3. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end."
Right. Okay. He's going to talk about how he lost opportunities. People don't want to deal with him. Yada yada. All right. Well, the Lord said, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, so that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." This dude, he left. All right. Which he was never in the truth anyways. You can look at this guy and tell. Because if he was really in the truth, he wouldn't have had that long hair going down his back like a damn woman. All right. Keep reading on that.
Sirach 2 and 4. It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate."
Right. He started as soon as he was brought to a low estate, which that's just really, that's the thing. That's gonna happen just being a black man in America. Period. It ain't got nothing to do with you saying you're an Israelite. People gonna hate you anyways just because the way you look. All right, it ain't got nothing to do with that. But at least if you suffering for being an Israelite, you suffering for righteousness' sake. Okay, be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. I get the next verse.
Sirach 2 and 5 says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Right. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So this man, he won that fine gold. He was reprobate silver. He was tin. He was iron. He was brass. He was an unprecious metal to the Lord. All right. So the Lord pushed him out. Okay. But those men that are precious to the Lord are going to remain in that spiritual fire. All right. We're gonna keep playing the video. See what else this reprobate got to say. All right.
By identifying as a Hebrew Israelite, it places me in a category where doors are literally closed just because of what I identify as. And I realize I end up having more enemies because of who I identify as. But see, if I don't identify by nothing, then what? You see that? Big difference. Because when you don't identify as a Hebrew Israelite, nobody.
In other words, I ain't gonna. What's that saying in the world? They say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
You'll fall prey to anything.
Right. In other words, he just wasn't man enough to walk that path, man. That's all it really comes down to. Okay. Right. And he's talking about losing opportunities. The brother could give me Philippians 3 and 8. All right. This is the proper mindset that we're supposed to have when it comes to losing friends. Making enemies because you're a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, all that is a part of that's all a part of the game. Okay, family included. I'm gonna get that. All right, the book of St. Luke, chapter 14. St. Luke, chapter 14. I'm going to start at about verse, let's see. St. Luke 14, I'm going to start at verse 26. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. All right. Continuing on, verse 27. It says, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? All right. So you got to count the cost before you come into this thing. All right. Before you start building up on the church, okay, because that's what we are. We're lively stones. Each stone is a part of the new spiritual temple. Before you start the building, you have to count the cost. You got to know it's just something I could really endure. But a lot of you jakes, as Apostle Gabar always says, you don't know what you're involved in. You think that this is some kind of fad, like being emo, or like being a cowboy, all right, or like being what's another hip hop rapper or rock star. This ain't nothing like that. Okay, this is life or death. This is blood in, blood out. All right, this thing is deadly serious. Okay, and you have to be willing to give up everything, all right, to receive everything. Brother, I not get Philippians 3:8 right quick. I'd be ready.
Philippians 3:8.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, go ahead and read it.
Philippians 3:8 says, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss. Sorry, verse 7. It says, Philippians 3:7 says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushai, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
All right, so he said, I suffered the loss of all things, but I count them as dung. I mean, I don't care about him. This guy, he too caught up in the world. This guy still, he want to be friends with the world. He must not have read James 4:4. Brother, if a brother could pull that one up as well, and then we'll continue on the video. Okay, go ahead and bring out your precept first.
This is St. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 32. It says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father, which is in heaven. And the point is in St. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 33. It says, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven. Okay, so you publicly denouncing your Hebrew Israelite heritage, which is impossible because nobody can denounce a bloodline. But you publicly, quote unquote, denouncing being your Hebrew Israelite is another way of denying Yahushai and further denying professing the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. Okay, including calling on the names of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. Now this guy never did that. He never called on the Yahweh Shem Yashai ever. In all the videos I've seen, this Reprobate Ringo TV, he never called on the true names of the Lord in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shem Yashai, but yet he did profess that he's an Israelite. So by him calling himself denouncing his Hebrew Israelite heritage, his bloodline, he is further denying Yahushai, denying the king of the Israelites.
I got something.
And denying that path that Yahweh Shem Yashai, it commanded us to walk with him, man. As it said in Proverbs 24:10, if we faint in the face of adversity, our strength is small. It's in our faith.
That's it.
All right.
Go ahead and bring out your precept, brother. Now.
This is James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore would be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High.
Right. So this guy, he want to be a friend of the world. He said, "Oh, I got enemies. People hate me because I'm a Hebrew Israelite." But what do you think the Lord said was going to happen, man? He said, "You should be hated by all men for my name's sake."
That's right.
All right, but he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. So either you got what it takes or you don't. All right, and I got one more to add on to this, and we'll continue on the video. Mark chapter 8 and verse 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Okay, the Hebrew Israelites waking up to their heritage, that's a part of the prophecy. That's the words of the Lord coming into action, coming into play. Okay, so you're ashamed of your Hebrew Israelite heritage because you're afraid of what people are going to think about it. Oh, people ain't going to like me.
Right.
But nigga, this ain't no high school popularity contest. Who gives a damn if these people don't like you? These people are going to get burnt to a crisp anyways.
Right.
Most of the people on earth are going to be destroyed. And that's not my words. That's the words of the Lord coming out. Okay? The words of the Lord are harsh. All right, so you can't be afraid to speak the words of the Lord. Otherwise, the Lord is going to be ashamed of you in that day, man. All right, let me continue on the rest with the video. See what else he got to say. All right.
Nobody can pull you in to that mix. Nobody can mingle you with everyone else because I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, bro. No, I used to be. I used to follow that. I'm not that no more. I follow the Most High. I follow the Bible. I will always teach on biblical topics. My belief is in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. My faith is in Christ. I understand that.
Brother, find me the scripture where Apostle Peter denied Yahushua in front of the people. Okay, the spirit that guy's in right now, he's in the same spirit that Apostle Peter was in, which was according to prophecy. Okay, that he when he denied Yahushua.
That's the spirit.
That's the same spirit that guy's in right there. Okay, when a little bit of heat came, and because Apostle Peter, he saw Yahushua about to get grabbed up. All right, and one of the ladies, one of the women, I shouldn't call her a lady because she was a dog. She was a bitch. All right, she said, oh, you're one of those Galileans. Your speech witnesses against you. Okay, and Apostle Peter said, no, I'm not one of them. That's the same. And that was wicked for him to do. That's the same spirit this guy's in right now, man. Okay, a little bit of persecution comes. He getting weak, and now all of a sudden he's not one of the men of the Lord no more, which he never was anyways. Like I said, you could tell the dude's effeminate, got that long hair like a damn woman.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead and bring the scripture out.
That's through the spirit, because that's actually one of the precepts I had prepared before you even started. You know what I'm saying? So this is St. Luke chapter 22, and starting at verse 54 says, starting at verse 52 says, then Yahushua said unto the chief priests and captains of the temple and the elders which were come to him, be ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves. When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth no hands against me, but this is your hour and the power of darkness. All right, so he's telling the wicked, the wicked leadership of Israel, or the wicked chief priests, and he reprobates that rolling along with the wicked chief priests that came to apprehend him. Okay, that they always knew what his purpose was to prophesy, before the Israelites, and to enlighten them of the doctrine, the sound doctrine of this word, okay, and to prophesy against these other kingdoms of the heathen nations, man. All right, but yet they came and apprehended him at that hour because it was just time. All right, but it says in St. Luke 22 and 54, it says, then took they him and led him and brought him into the high priest's house, and Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall and were set down together, Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him, and said, this man was also with him. Verse 57 says, and he denied him, saying, woman, I know him not. And after a little while, another saw him and said, thou art also of them. And Peter said, man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour after another confidently affirmed, saying, of a truth this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately while he yet spake, the cock crew. And the Lord Yahushua turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord Yahushua, how he had said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Peter went out and wept bitterly.
All right. Yep. So Apostle Peter, he denied Yahushua because he was afraid of the scourgings of the people. That's the same mindset this guy's in, man. So he's already lost. He's already lost the battle. All right. Which, like I said, he was never really in the fight anyways. All right. Like I said, you could look at him and tell, man, just that long hair. All right. The Shiva Jatas. All right. But let's continue on with the video.
I just don't want to be identified by a group that is evil. And I've seen too much evil. I've experienced too much evil from people, and it's not getting any better. I realize that the people that claim they're Israelites, they never stand for truth. They never stand for righteousness. They never do anything that's righteous that can convince me that these are the people of the book that can.
What is this guy talking about? That's all we do, literally. Literally, all we do is preach the Bible. What is this guy talking about, man? Where do you see the plantation Christians? If a brother could give me Psalms 94.
Yeah, I was going there.
Okay, yeah, exactly. You already know where I'm at. 16. Okay. Where do you see the plantation Christians talking about the elites, the people that want to put a chip in everybody? They're not the evil ones. No, the guys that go out there and preach the Bible on the streets, they're the threat. They're the problem. They're the evil ones, not the people that's poisoning the food. Okay, spraying chemtrails all over everything. All right, mixing different breeds of animals through gene splicing. All right. No, they're not the evil ones. It's us. Okay, the ones preaching the Bible every day that have dedicated our lives to this. We're the evil ones, according to this bug out. Okay, go ahead and hit that precept right quick, Bubba Show.
This is Psalm chapter 94 and verse 16. It says, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence."
You can stop right there. That's it. All right, the main point was the first verse. All right, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? The plantation Christians ain't doing it. They in league with them. They got the 501c3 charter. A lot of these Israelite groups got the 501c3 charter. They're bought and paid for, man. Okay, it's really only us. All right, and that's biblical. Only the men of the elect, Yahweh righteous that we be that number, are going to be the ones that stand up against the workers of iniquity. This guy ain't doing it. Okay, this guy definitely he definitely ain't doing exposing the plans of the elites. All right, breaking down prophecy because he ain't got the spirit of prophecy on him. Another thing too, the guy he kept talking about Christ. This is the fruit of Christ right here. Same with Gorilla Hebrew. Okay, they knew the names, but in their videos, Sakari, they kept talking. They kept saying Christ. You see what that brings? All right, effeminate men. Okay, especially in the plantation Christian church, man. Most of those guys in there are. You already know what time it is with them. All right, let's. Okay, go ahead and bring out the precept. We'll continue on the video.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High God Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind."
Speak on that.
All right. Yep. So none of the unrighteous within these categories shall inherit the kingdom of heaven, including effeminate. All right. The apostles, elder bishops on down have been bringing out. Effeminate is essentially associated with being faithless. And this guy, that's why this guy has a very feminine aura about him. Which is manifested through his appearance. Hence why it's not a coincidence how he looks like a woman, man, with the long Shiva Jata hair, man.
Right.
Okay.
A woman with a beard, and that's the Lord. The Lord is doing that. The Lord is separating the men of the elect from all the other men in the world because it's almost rare to find a man nowadays that's all the way straight.
That's right.
That's not a homosexual in some kind of way. All right, that's the Lord. He's put a perverse spirit on the people of Babylon the Great, but He's separating the real men from the peanut butter chasers. All right, the fudge packers. All right, and I'm not going to bear false witness and say that this guy is, but he's definitely effeminate. All right, go ahead and get Ephesians 5 and 5, Bubba Shaw.
Ephesians 5 and 5. "For this ye know, that no whoremonger nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Yahushai, of Mashiach, and of Yahweh."
All right, no covetous man that is an idolater. All right, this dude is covetous, and he's an idolater. All right, how do we know that? Well, for one, he's calling on the wrong name. He's calling on JC. That name has a whole different spirit attached to it. All right, that's number one. Number two, he keeps talking about what he was losing for saying that he was an Israelite, what he was quote unquote giving up, and he wants it back. He wants the world back. He wants people to love him in the world.
Right.
Okay, so his God is not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as he says. His God is the God of Baal Barith, the God of the community. All right, this world, this society. Okay, we all just got to come together and love each other. All right, when he says that the Hebrew Israelites speak evil, what he means is that he's angry because the Hebrew Israelites call out sin and wickedness. All right, and it's no coincidence that Alizé got exposed. All right, for doing backdoor activities, and now this guy come out a few days later, and all of a sudden he's not an Israelite no more. He's like, man, I better get out of this before I get exposed too. That's what's really going on, man. Okay, and like I said, the guy is very effeminate, so it would be of no surprise. And the Lord is going to expose everything that's going on, man. All right, nobody's getting away with nothing.
Did we already read James 4 and 4?
Yeah, we read that already. Yeah, I'm gonna continue on the video.
Before we continue on that, just to expand on that point real quick, that's why You know, when he said, you know, he was dwelling on his lost opportunities. You know, that further lines up with Philippians 3:8, man. How, you know, we count everything, you know, lost, you know, for Yahweh Shai, man. That means by him yearning to recover what he lost, all right, to recover those opportunities that he lost, okay, especially in the financial sense. That means that he does not yearn or desire to obtain Yahweh Shai, to win Yahweh Shai, to win the affection from Yahweh Shai, because without the affection of Yahweh Shai, there's no salvation. Because Yahweh Shai is our mediator between us and Heavenly Father through this word of reconciliation, which Yahweh Shai is in a physical manifestation. So he made his choice in the spiritual war, man.
Right. He threw, man. I could get more precepts. We're gonna continue on with the video. All right.
Convince me that these are the people of the book. All I see is evil, guys. That's all I see. And it's mainly coming from people that look like me. And it's sad because the more I see this evil, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way these people could be following God. I've seen too much evil. So much so that I'm overwhelmed. I still try to figure out how.
And like I said, okay, the small hats, they not doing evil. The plantation Christians with the pedophile pastor, they not doing evil, breaking all the laws. No, they're not doing evil. Okay, no, it's the Hebrew Israelites that once again go out there and preach the Bible week in and week out. Those are the men that's doing evil. What the hell is this guy talking about, man?
How could people sleep at night with the things they say, the things they do? Imagine all the broken souls that the Israelite community destroyed and buried and brutalized. It's so sad.
This guy said that the Hebrew Israelites destroyed, buried, and brutalized people. What is he talking about? All we do is preach. We're not out there burning crosses on people's lawns. We're not lynching nobody. All right, that's the plantation Christians that was doing that. Okay, what is this guy talking about? All we do is preach the Bible. But that's how you know, okay, this word cuts. All right, matter of fact, if a brother could, give me Jeremiah 5:14. Okay, brother, I now get Jeremiah 5:14, and then brother Ayab, if you could grab Jeremiah 23 and 29, I believe it is, or 28, one of those two.
Okay, this is Jeremiah 5:14. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Okay. All right, so the word of the Lord is going to devour these people. All right, that's all it is. They're getting cut to the core. They're getting cut to the spirit. Okay, it's burning them up inside. Okay, the word of the Lord is a weapon against the wicked, but it's comfort, it's healing for the righteous. So this all that means is this guy's wicked. That's all it is. All right, because like I said, we don't do nothing but go and speak words. We don't physically harm anybody. We're not a gang or nothing like that. We don't go out there and attack old people. All right, no. Once again, okay, that's nothing. Okay, the Crips, the Bloods, the niggas in Chicago, killing hundreds of people every year. They're not evil. They're not the evil ones. Okay, the YNs in the so-called black community, these women running amok, they're not the evil ones. We're the ones that are evil. We're preaching the Bible. Get Jeremiah 23, 29, I believe it is.
Right. Before I read that, I'm going to make this quick point, expound on your point. Why this, what further confirms this guy Ringo, has been cut in the spirit, is because he's been known to come against the true men of the Lord of this Hebrew Israelite ministry of ours, man. Because him and the other YouTube Israelite / keyboard warrior, a new breed, have made videos against us, man, about being pro communitized, they say in the social media space. You know what I'm saying, about these Jakes, specifically referring to the wicked of our people, the wicked of Jake, that advocate a push for community. That's why that Reprobate on No Jumper, before Alizé got exposed, that Jake on No Jumper that was debating Alizé has said that he believed that the Amalekites, all right, the imposters in the Holy Land, perpetrated by us, appear to fit more as the people of the Lord, because they're pro community, which is a goddamn lie. in regards to what they're doing over there in the G to the A to the Z strip, or against some Ishmaelites over there. So this guy's in the same, this guy in the same mind, reprobate mind. Saying that it's all about the community. If you're not preaching about the community, then you're not about the Lord. Well, St. Matthew 24:2, Yahushua spoke against the community. He said, by saying that everything in his path, he said, not one stone should be overturned, roughly paraphrasing. Meaning everything in Yahushua's path except for the elect will be scorched, will be destroyed, will be incinerated, it will be demolished, it will be obliterated. Okay, so going back into my point, well, further confirms this guy has been cut in the spirit because he speaks against the sound doctrine, man. All right, in a telltale sign of somebody being guilty of being of somebody being cut in the spirit is when they come against a doctrine, like him and New Breed have done in times past. That's why judgment always falls on those who come against the word. All right, because now him and New Breed, who were once buddy, who were coming against the word, now they're beefing, man. All right, and we've seen that division amongst the enemies of this gospel, right? Within the circumcision and outside of the circumcision. That's why Sakari's been dismantled right now. Okay, case in point.
Go ahead, hit that, please.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 23:29. It says, "It's not my word like as a fire, said the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces."
Yep. Okay, right. So the word is like a fire. It's like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. Okay, so it's used as a weapon. A lot of people be cut, as it says in Isaiah 8 chapter. They stumble and fall, broken, snared, trapped up by the word. Okay, ultimately, really by Yahushua. Really, this guy, he's just offended in what Yahushua really is what it is. He's offended in everything that comes with it. Okay, I'm gonna read this precept right quick. We're gonna get Hosea 6:4 and verse 5. We're gonna get verse 5 in the NLT. Hosea 6:4, it says in the King James version, "O Ephraim, what shall I do unto thee? O Judah, what shall I do unto thee? For your goodness is as a morning cloud, and as the early dew, it goeth away." Okay, so our people, all right, as the scriptures say, they have knowledge to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So what did the Lord have to do? He has to send out his prophets, and he's going to send them with heavy rebukes, and it's not going to feel good. Okay, get that Hosea 6:5 in the NLT.
Hosea 6:5 in the NLT. "I sent my prophets to cut you to pieces, to slaughter you with my words, with judgments as inescapable as light."
Right, and just to quote it, Hebrews 4:12 as well. That one, it tells you the word is sharper than a two-edged sword. So that's all. This guy, he's cutting the spirit, man. Okay, that's all it is. This guy, he's just cutting the spirit. All right, but it don't mean nothing except for that he's a 2/3. Which, like I said, you can look at him and tell that. All right, a spiritual man judgeth all things. You can take one look at this guy and tell he's effeminate, and that most likely he's going to be destroyed. At least he repent. But really, if the Lord, if he was of the elect, then most likely the Lord. Well, you know what? Judge not a man before his time, but the path that he's going down right now, he's going to be destroyed, man. He's a 2/3 as of right now. Okay, that's how it appears. All right, and we could tell through, once again, through spiritual discernment. You can look at him and tell that. But anyways, let's continue on the video.
Sad. I've seen people fall in sin, and the Israelite community never restores them. They condemn them and want them kicked out, and they never try to restore the person with the truth. And these are things that
Brother Could, all right, let me get that real quick. Brother Could, get me 2 Thessalonians 3:14. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 3:14.
All right.
Let me know when you got it. Go ahead and bring that out.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
2 Thessalonians 3:14. I'm
Right.
almost there. 2 Thessalonians 3:14.
Yep, go ahead and bring it out.
All right. This is 2 Thessalonians 3:14. "And if any man obey not our word by the epistle, by the epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed."
Okay. All right. So there you go. He said when somebody goes off, they kick him out. It depends on what it is. All right. It depends on what it is, and like I said, it's no coincidence. He's probably talking about Guerrilla Hebrew. Okay, being shunned, which he should be. Okay, he should be shunned and condemned. All right, for participating in alphabet activities. Okay, this is not the Plantation Christian Church. The Lord is not accepting that. We're not going to give a wicked person a false sense of security. We're going to tell him and shame them, as it said, that he may have no dealings with him, that he may be ashamed. Okay, if Brother Could give me Titus 1:14. Okay? The scriptures say, then that sin rebuke before all, that others may fear. Okay?
Got another precept on that as well.
Okay, go ahead and get it.
All right, this is 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 20.
That's what I was thinking.
It says, them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear. You see? Because Jake is very impressionable and gullible, man. Okay, by what that curse in St. Matthew 28 and 28, how, you know, the minds of our people have been smitten by Yahweh.
Deuteronomy 28.
Right. Deuteronomy 28 and 28. You see? All right. So you know, so this is why, you know, this is why our people, okay, this is why it's very important for the wicked of our people, you know, to be put on public display, man. Okay. It says in 2nd Ezra 16 chapter, you know, how the scourges, you know, a scourge is brought for amendment, as in affliction for correction. Okay, like they say in the world. All right. You know, a fool learns from his own mistakes, and a wise man learns from others' mistakes. Okay, but yet you have Israelites that condone the wickedness of Israelites. Why? Because they're also, because what? You know, birds of a feather flock together, man. It says in Sirach 13 and 16, man. You know how one particular flesh consorts to its like. And that's why this other clown, Deacon Asaph, as of recently, came out and said how further, you know, continue, you know, his sentiment, how, you know, GMS is wicked, they're evil niggas, because of the whole, you know, speaking on the whole Pegasus situation, Alizé, you know, the former leader of Sakari, man. Just because, you know, we're doing what the Lord Yahweh Shah commanded, we're evil, wicked niggas, according to these reprobate Israelites, man. They would say the same about Yahweh Shah.
Right. You know, Titus 1 and 13. Get that one as well, and then we'll play the rest of the video and close out.
Titus 1 and 13. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
All right. Rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Okay, so you got to rebuke them harshly. All right. Isaiah 58 and 1 tells you, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay. And if you're wise, you're going to take heed to the correction. It's not a thing of hatred. Hatred is allowing you to continue on in your debauchery and think that, then allow you to think that you're still in good standing. Okay, that would be hatred, man. All right, so this guy has no clue what he's talking about. But once again, all right, when Gorilla got rebuked, okay, and condemned for that wickedness, he probably felt personally convicted, because he probably doing the same things behind the scenes. All right, once again, that's the fruit of Christ. Okay, you see anybody calling on that name, you already know something ain't right with that person. All right, let's continue on with the rest of the video. We'll finish it out and then close up.
And these are things that I see all the time, and it's like, it's something else, y'all. It really is annoying to actually see this, man. So I want people to see themselves in what I'm talking about.
Okay, we'll end it right there. Okay, he said, I want people to see themselves in what I'm talking about. In other words, he saw himself when Gorilla Hebrew got rebuked, and he said, I don't want to get rebuked that hard. And the Hebrew Israelite community, they'll put me on Front Street. That's right. You're right, we will. Okay, because that's what the scriptures tell you to do, man. The Plantation Christian Church, when a pork chop eating pastor gets caught, you know, touching on little boys, everybody tries to sweep it under the rug. Or when he gets caught sleeping with everybody's wives in the congregation, they try to sweep it up under the rug. We're not going to do that. We're going to expose you, and you're going to get kicked out the congregation. All right, and that's that. Now, whether your walk is over with the Lord, that's up to the Most High. Okay, but it has to be that way, as we read in 2 Thessalonians 3 and 14. All right, those that obey not this epistle, that obey not the word, have no dealings with them. 2 John, the first chapter, tells you that as well, not to even bid them Godspeed. Okay, so you're one of the brothers as long as you do the will of the Lord. Once you turn away from the commandment, you're not one of us anymore. Okay, and that's a harsh thing, but this is not being a Hebrew Israelite. I'll say the Israel of the Most High, as it says in Galatians 6 and 16. This is not a participation trophy thing. Okay, this is not, you know, a community, everybody come together, unity. No, if they obey not the gospel, you have no dealings with that person. That's it, plain and simple. Okay, and whether they get right or not, that's up to the Lord. You can still feed them right with information. You can give them the truth, but they got to repent. Every man has to walk on it. Every man has to walk this walk on his own, anyways. All right, but okay, you guys bring out your precepts. We're done after that.
All right, this is 1 John chapter 2 First, book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 19. And it reads, "They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us." Right. To expound on what he was going into about, how, the only Israelites that matters to the Lord are Israelites of the Most High, those who are preordained to be of the elect of Israel. Just because you're Israelite by bloodline, as Apostle Paul pointed out in Romans 9th chapter, does not make you an Israelite. It's to the Most High. As in the chosen Israelite. Okay? Because, if you're a wicked 2/3 Israelite by bloodline, okay, you're considered a brute beast in a life of no vanity to Yahweh by Shem Shai.
Go ahead.
Let me see what you got. What scripture you going to bring?
First, Titus 15 and 16.
Oh, okay. You can go ahead and bring them out.
First Titus.
Titus only one.
Titus. I'm sorry. Titus 15 and 16. My apology. It says, "Unto the pure, all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled." So the problem here is that this man, his conscience is not clear. That's part of his problem. So you don't have a pure heart. That's part of his problem. And also he's looking for acceptance. You see, and you're not going to get acceptance when you're preaching the gospel or you're living holy and righteous. The world is going to reject you. You see, because your lifestyle puts their lifestyle, it makes them feel bad about how they're living, you see. And then it says in the 16th verse, "They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him." So that's what he's doing. You see, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, reprobate. So he has a reprobate mind. That's the bottom line right there, you see. And sometimes the Lord, he will reject a person based off the purity of their mind, and they will not see nor understand anything that's relevant to the Holy Scriptures, because the Lord has already, condemned him in the spirit, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You see, so they're not going to be able to accept this. A lot of things is written in these Holy Scriptures you're not going to be able to accept unless you have a pure heart. That's the bottom line. See, you're not going to find friendship with the world.
That's right. All right. Yep. Okay. Well, that was a good closeout. So we'll go ahead and end it there. All right. As always, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. All right, until next time, shalom, and abide the ball.